This video contains a truth that has changed the lives of many people. If you are having health problems and have ever felt stuck, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section so we can share useful knowledge together. Have you ever gone to bed at night thinking, I'm doing everything I can, so why do I still feel like something's off with my health? You've cut back on fried foods, you've walked around the neighborhood more often, and yet that cholesterol number, it still hangs over your head like a stubborn cloud that just won't clear. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you're not alone. And the good news, you're not stuck with it. Now let's get something straight from the start. Getting older doesn't mean giving up on your health goals. In fact, after 65, your body is more ready than ever to respond to gentle, consistent changes. And when it comes to cholesterol, nature has already given us some powerful tools. We just have to know where to look. In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 simple, delicious foods that can help you lower your cholesterol naturally, without drastic diets or confusing supplements. These are real foods, real results, and most importantly, real hope. And while we're chatting, I want you to feel safe here. If you've got a medical condition or you're facing a health challenge, whether it's high blood pressure, arthritis, or just plain fatigue, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. We've built a wonderful little community here, and sometimes the best support isn't just from me, it's from others walking the same road as you. So, let's dive in with one of the most overlooked little heroes in your kitchen pantry, the humble oat. Not the sugary, prepackaged instant stuff with cartoons on the label. I'm talking about good old-fashioned rolled oats or steel-cut oats. When you eat oats, you're feeding your body something called soluble fiber. Think of soluble fiber like a sponge. It actually soaks up bad cholesterol in your digestive system and helps carry it right out of your body. No drama, no side effects, just a gentle, daily cleanup that adds up over time. Now, some of my patients over the years used to tell me, Doc, I'm tired of eating the same thing every morning. I need variety. And I hear that. But oats are versatile. Add in some cinnamon, a few chopped apples, a spoonful of chia seeds, or even a little peanut butter if your doctor's okay with it. You're not just making breakfast, you're making medicine with a spoon. And it doesn't stop at breakfast. I've had folks mix oats into turkey meatballs, smoothies, even muffins. It's one of the easiest ways to make your meals quietly work for you instead of against you. And speaking of meals that love your heart back, let's talk about avocados. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Aren't those high in fat? Yes, and that's the best part. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that helps raise your good cholesterol while gently lowering the bad. It's like balancing your checkbook, except it's your heart we're protecting. Years ago, one of my patients, I'll call her Marlene, was 72 when we first talked about adding avocado into her routine. She'd always avoided it, thinking it was too rich, too exotic, maybe just a trendy food for younger folks. But once she started adding just half an avocado to her toast in the morning, or mixing it into her tuna salad at lunch, her numbers slowly began to shift. More importantly, she said she felt fuller, more energized, and even lost a little weight along the way without trying too hard. Avocados are satisfying. They're creamy, and they don't spike your blood sugar like some carb-heavy snacks can. Just remember, moderation is key. We're not talking about bottomless bowls of guacamole. Just half an avocado a day can be enough to support your heart health in a meaningful way. And while we're on the topic of heart-friendly fats, let's not forget nuts, especially almonds and walnuts. These are small but mighty. They've been studied time and again for their ability to reduce LDL cholesterol, the lousy one. They're full of plant sterols, omega-3 south, and that same type of good fat we find in avocados. And you don't need a lot. A small handful, maybe 10 to 12 almonds, can go a long way. Now, I'll tell you a quick story. One gentleman I worked with, let's call him Robert, was 68 when he came to see me, frustrated with his cholesterol levels. He didn't want to take another pill. So we made small swaps. His mid-morning cookie became a small handful of walnuts. His bedtime snack of chips turned into a spoonful of peanut butter with a few banana slices. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. And within 6 months, we both smiled as his lab results came back better than either of us expected. Here's what I want you to take away so far. Lowering cholesterol naturally after 65 isn't about giving up everything you love. It's about welcoming in new habits that nourish you body and soul. And you don't need to make every change all at once. You just need to start. Maybe tomorrow morning, you sprinkle some oats into your yogurt. Or maybe you slice up an avocado with your lunch. These small steps, they count. And as we keep moving forward, we'll explore even more of these heart-loving foods together, because feeling better isn't just about numbers on a chart. It's about waking up in the morning and feeling steady, strong, hopeful. You deserve that. You truly do. So let's keep going. There's more to uncover. And the next food we're going to talk about is one that might already be sitting in your fridge, but you've probably never thought of it as cholesterol lowering before. Now, let's keep this momentum going, because this next food might just surprise you. It's crisp, refreshing, and probably something you've walked right past in the produce section without giving it a second. Thought broccoli. That's right. Good, old-fashioned broccoli. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, "Oh, I've had enough broccoli to last a lifetime," let me tell you something that might change how you see it. Broccoli is loaded with fiber, especially that wonderful soluble fiber we talked about earlier, and compounds called glucosinolates. These are natural plant chemicals that not only support your liver, but may also help reduce the inflammation that contributes to high cholesterol and heart disease. When we talk about lowering cholesterol naturally, inflammation is part of the bigger picture. And broccoli, humble as it may be, is like a broom that sweeps through your arteries and helps keep things flowing smoothly. Now, I know not everyone enjoys broccoli steamed into mush, and honestly, neither do I. But roasting it with a little olive oil and garlic, maybe a dash of lemon zest, that changes everything. It becomes something comforting, even crave-worthy. I've seen people fall back in love with vegetables just by trying them in a new way. And hey, if you still can't get past the texture, blend it into a soup or mix it into an omelet. The key is getting it into your weekly routine in a way you enjoy. There's something beautiful about reconnecting with foods that feel simple, but serve a powerful purpose. Broccoli isn't flashy. It's not trendy, but it's been quietly healing bodies for generations. And after 65, when your digestion starts to slow just a bit, and your risk for chronic conditions like heart disease rises, broccoli can be your steady companion. Trust me, it's earned a spot on your plate. Now let's talk about something with a little color, because we all need some brightness in our day. And that's berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, take your pick. These tiny fruits pack a powerful punch when it comes to cholesterol. What makes them so special? They're rich in polyphenols, particularly one type called anthocyanins. These help improve how your blood vessels function and may even prevent LDL, the bad cholesterol, from oxidizing and sticking to your artery walls. Think of them as little bodyguards for your heart. And the best part? They're naturally sweet, low in calories, and incredibly easy to enjoy. You can toss a handful on top of your oats, blend them into a smoothie, or just keep a small bowl in the fridge to snack on when that sweet tooth kicks in. I once had a patient in her early 70s who was struggling to cut back on desserts. She told me, "Doc, I just need something sweet after dinner, or I feel like my day didn't end right." So instead of fighting it, we worked with it. She started swapping her nightly cake or cookie with a small bowl of fresh berries and a little dollop of Greek yogurt. Not only did her cholesterol improve, but her blood sugar stabilized. And she told me her cravings started to change, too. Sometimes the secret isn't depriving yourself, it's gently redirecting your habits in a way that feels doable and satisfying. And if fresh berries are out of season or too pricey where you live, don't worry, frozen berries are just as good. Just make sure they don't come packed in sugar syrup. Nature already made them sweet enough. Now, as we ease into the next point, I want you to take a moment and check in with yourself. How does your body feel lately? Do you feel light and energized after your meals, or sluggish and bloated? One of the clearest signs that your cholesterol might be out of balance is how you feel after you eat. That heavy, weighed down feeling? It's not just about overeating, it can be your body's way of saying, "Hey, I'm struggling with all this fat and sugar. Help me out a little." That's where our fifth key food comes in, and no, it's not exotic or hard to find. It's beans. Lentils, black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, they're all incredible when it comes to heart health. Why? Because they're absolutely packed with fiber and protein, but have virtually no saturated fat. Beans act like little scrubbers inside your digestive tract. They latch onto cholesterol and help push it out of your system, naturally and gently. They also keep you full, which means you're less likely to reach for snacks that can sabotage your cholesterol goals. And if you're worried about the, shall we say, side effects of beans, start small. Half a cup here, a few spoonfuls there. Your digestive system will adjust, especially if you drink plenty of water and give it time. I remember a man named Joe. He was 76, retired, and loved a good bowl of chili. When I suggested swapping the red meat for beans a couple times a week, he looked at me like I was asking him to give up football. But he gave it a try, slowly but surely. By month 2, he was experimenting with bean salads, veggie tacos, even lentil soup on cold nights. His energy went up, his weight came down, and so did his cholesterol. The beautiful thing about all of these foods, oats, avocados, broccoli, berries, and beans, is that they're not just good for your heart, they're good for your whole self. They support your brain, your digestion, your blood sugar. They even help you sleep better. And when you're over 65, every small improvement makes a big difference in how you feel each day. So if you've been told that lowering your cholesterol has to mean cutting out all your favorite foods or living on bland salads and pills, I want you to hear me now. It doesn't have to be that way. You can enjoy your meals, you can feel full, and you can heal your body naturally. You just have to take the first step. Whether that's swapping your cereal for oats tomorrow morning, or grabbing a bag of frozen berries instead of cookies, it all starts with one simple change. And the more consistent you are, the more your body will respond. Let's keep building on this progress together. Because lowering your cholesterol isn't just about extending your life, it's about improving the quality of it. Feeling stronger, brighter, more alive. And you, my friend, deserve nothing less. So by now, you know the 5 powerful foods that can help lower cholesterol naturally after 65: oats, avocados, broccoli, berries, and beans. But here's the truth. Knowing what to eat is only half the story. It's what you do with that knowledge that makes all the difference. I want to take a moment here to shift gears. Let's talk about the real world. Because while it's easy to say, eat more oats and berries, life has its own challenges. Maybe you live alone. Maybe you're cooking for a partner with different tastes. Or maybe you've tried to eat healthy before and it just didn't stick. I get it. This journey isn't always easy, but it is always worth it. You see, after 65, your body goes through a natural series of changes. Your metabolism slows down. Your digestion might not be what it used to be. Your arteries may stiffen a bit. Your muscle mass may decrease. And your liver processes cholesterol differently than it did when you were 30 or 40. That's why your diet has to evolve with you, not against you. And that's exactly what these foods do. They're gentle, nourishing, supportive. They don't force your body, they support it. They help you work with your body's natural rhythm rather than fight against it. And that's a message I think too many health trends overlook. Now, let's bring this home with a few practical tips. Because knowledge without action is just potential. So let's turn your potential into progress. Tip number 1. Plan for realistic success, not perfection. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet in one day. Start with one meal. Maybe it's breakfast, swap out the sugary cereal for oatmeal with berries. Or lunch, replace deli meat with a bean-based soup or a veggie sandwich with avocado. Small steps lead to big wins. Tip number 2. Don't just focus on what to add, look at what to reduce. Try to limit foods that raise LDL cholesterol, like processed meats, fried snacks, and sugary pastries. You don't have to cut them out entirely, but think of them like visitors, not roommates. You can enjoy them occasionally, but they shouldn't live on your plate every day. Tip number 3. Use the 50% plate rule. At lunch and dinner, try to fill at least half your plate with cholesterol-lowering foods, fiber-rich vegetables, beans, or whole grains. The other half, balance it with lean proteins like fish or skinless chicken, and healthy fats like a drizzle of olive oil or a few slices of avocado. Tip number 4. Hydrate. Move. Rest. Food is the foundation, but lifestyle is the frame. Drink plenty of water. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes of movement a day. Even gentle walking helps lower cholesterol. And don't underestimate the power of sleep. Poor sleep raises inflammation, which affects your heart and cholesterol levels. And finally, tip number 5, trust your body's ability to heal. You are not broken. You are not too old. Your body is still capable of remarkable change, even now. Especially now. I've seen people in their late 60s, 70s, even early 80s reverse their cholesterol numbers naturally without medications, just by making consistent, mindful changes to what they eat and how they live. They didn't do it overnight, and it wasn't always easy, but it was possible, and it is possible for you. Now, before we wrap up, let me answer a question I get all the time. How fast can I expect results? The answer: it depends on your consistency. Most people begin seeing improvements in their cholesterol in as little as 4 to 6 weeks. When they start incorporating these 5 foods and limiting processed, high-saturated fat options. If you're also walking regularly, drinking water, and managing stress, even better. But this isn't a 30-day challenge. This is your life. The goal isn't just lower numbers on a lab report, it's feeling better, having more energy, staying independent, being able to walk your dog, play with your grandkids, or wake up each morning feeling clear, calm, and capable. So here's what I want you to do next. Yes, a real, simple step you can take today. Go to your kitchen. Pick one of the 5 foods we've talked about: oats, avocados, broccoli, berries, or beans. Choose just one and plan to eat it within the next 24 hours. That's it. Just one. One food. One step. One decision. And when you do, come back here and tell me how it went. I'd love to hear what you tried and how it made you feel. Because this isn't just a video, it's a conversation. And you're not in this alone. Let's recap quickly before we close. Oats, for soluble fiber and steady blood sugar. Avocados, for heart-healthy fats and anti-inflammatory power. Broccoli, for detox support and artery health. Berries, for antioxidants that protect your heart. Beans, for plant-based protein and fiber that lowers LDL. Each one is powerful on its own, but together, they're a foundation for real, sustainable change. So whether you're just starting your health journey or you've been at it for a while, I hope this video reminded you of something important. Your health is still in your hands. And no matter your age, you have the power to make choices that move you toward healing. Thanks so much for spending this time with me. If you found this video helpful, consider sharing it with a friend or loved one. You never know whose life you might change with a simple share. Until next time, eat well, move gently, and remember, your best days can still be ahead of you.